All right, this is Rockman Rocks with BackStage360. I'm sitting here with the man, the icon, the legend, Mr. Graham Bonnet.
I never believe this cord is wrapped around my penis.
Oh, my God.
There we are, that's better. Thank you.
So, Graham,
Yes.
tell me, man, the last time I saw you was probably at NAMM last year, you and Beth.
Yes.
And I think we talked about pretty much everything about music, and you told me you had that this year was going to be your year.
Well, I hope so, because we have all this new material, and one of which we did one of the songs tonight.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a problem because I don't have an amp for my guitar, so I wasn't quite sure what I was playing. But anyway, it was. We have about 9, 10 new tracks, which are all going to be rock, but with a little bit, with some of the songs take a slightly left turn. There'll be some like that song does. It's a bit quirky, goes into a boogie woogie thing in the middle. But that's what I like doing. Having some surprises, and just to do straight balls to the wall all the time can get a bit like, oh, I've heard that before. But at the same time, the record we're doing for Frontiers will have that sort of sound, that Alcatraz rainbowy sound, but hopefully brought into this day and age, as opposed to
band too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, where did you find Conrado?
He was, well, I played with Bethany. Bethany was playing with Tommy Ray Brown, James Brown's widow. And she's playing the whiskey, and I knew Bethany from sort of talking to her on the phone, because we both have children who have autism, and so we started talking about that way before I actually played with her, or actually met her really, and we're talking about it. It's a bit flirty and fun. Hello, what are you? Because I just got divorced, she just got divorced, so it was kind of like and also I have an autistic kid, so we had a few things in common.
Right.
And so Bethany came along, and we started rehearsing with a guy called Mario Parga, who was going to be our guitar player. He played with Cozy, and he's played with me on a few albums. He's a Spanish guy, but lives in England, but now lives in, where does he live now? Vegas.
Oh, Javier Vargas.
Eh?
Javier Vargas?
No, Mario Parga. P-A-R-G-A. And the idea was to start a band that was kind of rock and roll, but acoustically. And it didn't work. So we thought, okay, Mario didn't have so much interest in it. He had so much stuff to do at home, and he didn't want to go on the road and take it any further. So I looked at Bethany and I said, well, what the fuck do we do now? So what we did was say, well, I think we have to go back to the rock and roll thing with the 4-piece or whatever. And so that's what we did. I played with Bethany at the Whiskey, and Conrado happened to be the guitar player. And so that's kind of how I met him. She introduced me to him, and we played a couple of songs with Tommy Ray Brown. And I said to Bethany, would you like to do something else, some other kind of music, And so a bit more, not progressive, but something that isn't sort of top 40 stuff, because they were doing like Badfinger, covers. So that's kind of what happened. And Conrad, I thought, was a great guitar player. And well, now he's part of the band, because, as I said, Mario left, and then Bethany suggested getting Conrad in, because I played with him already. So that's kind of how it happened, in a nutshell.
Let me ask you this: do you have a date set for the album?
No, not yet, because we're a bit behind recording the new old songs, because we're doing an album of the old songs, in a different, not a slightly different way. So we've recorded about, I don't know, 5 or 6 since you've been gone all night long. Will you be home tonight? Whatever. And they're slightly different because it's this band playing it.
Right.
But it still has the same sound, because I'm singing, I guess. But it's and then after that we do a song of all the new stuff, which will take a few months, I think, because we're out touring now. So the idea was probably to record some of the stuff on the road, like you can now. Just have your computer and take your computer out and do stuff on the road.
Right.
It's a lot different to the way it used to be. You had to find a fucking studio. Now you can do it. It's like very casual.
Right.
So we may do some stuff that way, but I'd like to come home to really record the other things properly and cleanly, and I think people will like, because it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit of everything, from stuff I've done over the years. You know,
Well,
so,
you got a hell of a catalog, my friend.
yeah, I mean, I like to mix it a bit, you know, because I love R&B, and I want to put a bit of R&B in there, along with more poppy stuff like Dancer, like the Michael Schenker song,
Right.
so, you know, stuff like that, but also the heavier kind of thing. So a little bit of everything, you know.
And how big a tour are you guys planning on doing?
This one, well, this one is, what is it, 20, how many gigs are we in the UK? 18. We're doing 18 gigs, and then we go to Europe. We're doing Australia, New Zealand. Oh, we're going over the place. And then,
like the old days.
oh yeah. I mean, so it's sort of stuff is coming in all the time, and it looks like a very fruitful year, because I always worry about having a new band putting, like I did with Alcatraz. I never knew Alcatraz would do anything, and we were very surprised that the album did really well.
Right.
But things are so different now. You don't release albums anymore. It's all downloading, which kind of freaks me out. I don't quite understand it, how you get into a chart when people are downloading stuff. It's just so weird to me. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be selling our albums at the gigs, and what we have to do is play live, because whether we're going to get radio play or not, I don't know. I saw the Eddie Trunk shows off TV now, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that was the only kind of source for so-called, you know, heavy metal. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Bit of a surprise. But anyway, I'm sorry to hear that, you know.
We all were, and there's a petition going around now. I signed it and sent it in right away to get him on another station. It looks like Access TV might pick him up.
Oh, is that right?
That's the scuttlebutt that's out there.
Yeah.
I hope somebody picks it up.
Yeah.
I love Eddie. He's a great guy.
Oh, I do. He knows everything. He's fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah. He's like a walking encyclopedia.
He is a bit. And so, what was I saying? I forgot. Oh, anyway, next. Oh, go on. Ask me something else.
Yeah.
Can't think
well, no, the big thing is that I'm just really glad to see you out there again, man. You know, I mean, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Today, I've had a very tiring day today, and I thought, God, I was ready to call it tonight. I said, well, we've got to shorten it, because I don't think I'm going to last all the way, because I've had a cold, waking here for a little. And so I thought we were going to have to shorten the set. But I looked at it and I said, oh, okay, let's go for the tough ones. Because a lot of the songs I do, they have no air. There's no breathing space.
Right.
It doesn't matter about the high notes or whatever. It's where you can breathe.
Right.
You know, I mean, things like Godless Video, let's say that tune. There is no air, because you record in the studio and you can come back next day and do the next bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you go, oh, how the hell can I sing this live? But we do it, obviously. But some of them are like really difficult, and I think we got through it okay. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, everybody seemed to like it. I dug the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And you said you're with Frontiers now?
Yeah.
Frontiers Records?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably get that. They usually send us their stuff automatically to review the albums.
Yeah. Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: do you have a name for this band yet?
It's just me, Graham Bonnet Band.
Okay.
Simple and boring, really.
Yeah, well,
but that's what it is.
It is you.
Yeah. So we thought of all stupid names. We went through. Yeah, like we did with Alcatraz. We couldn't find a damn name. Went through all the animals and the cheetahs and the lions and the, you know, like everybody else.
And you settled on Alcatraz.
Yeah, we settled on with Alcatraz. It had a hard sound. Alcatraz sounded hard. You know, that's what she said. But now we went through this again, and we didn't want it to sound too dated. So the easiest thing to do is call it what it is, and not be fake. And all that, you know. And it's not devil music we're doing, it's just hard rock.
No, it's just hard rock.
Yeah.
And besides Facebook, how do people get in touch with you
What else
guys?
could we say about that, John?
GrahamBonnetBand.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the two Facebook pages, Graham Bonnet Official.
Yeah.
And Graham Bonnet Band on Facebook.
Yeah. So there you go.
So there you go.
What he said.
www.grahambonnetband.com.
Yeah.
And you guys will be selling merch and everything on the site?
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of new merch for the UK tour.
Yeah. Got lots of little things coming along, outtakes, intakes, and interviews and stuff, and music probably people have never heard before. And also an album.
Live stuff coming out. well as the new record, a lot of archive
Yeah.
coming out too. A lot of reissues, a lot of...
Well, the rarity as well.
Yeah.
There's an album coming out from 1975 that I recorded in England.
Some deep cuts.
Huh?
Some deep cuts.
Yeah. I mean, this is from, I was a child. But it meant a lot to me because I had a lot of good players on it. Rick Wakeman played on it, and a bunch of different people all came into the session when I was with Dick James Music in London. And it's all different kinds of music, from doo-wop to R&B to...
I can see you doing doo-wop.
Oh, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean...
the Pompadour and the whole
yeah, that's
thing,
I love the Platters and bands like that, you
Yeah,
know,
we
all
all
that
do.
stuff, you know. But I love all kinds of music, and this album, when we finally get it processed and put into a package and all the rest of it packaged, it's very different. There's like 1930s music on there, and sort of Django-y, Reinhardt type stuff.
Love it.
Jazzy stuff. So it's a bit of everything, and I'm very proud of it, and that is what is going to be happening with Frontiers. They're going to be putting that out too.
Very good. Anything you want to say to your fans?
Well, just come and see this new band. We've got lots of new music coming up, and I'm glad that I've heard a lot of good reports on the song, The Mirror Lies, that we did tonight. I'm glad you like it. There's more to come from where that came from. There's also another track called My Kingdom Come that Russ Ballard wrote. You can find that also out there on YouTube, I believe, which is a typical big Russ Ballard song, like Since You've Been Gone, but more grand. It's very much like the Queen's. Have you heard it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really kind of out there, isn't it? It's very cool.
It's way cool.
It's what people want to hear, I think. Lots of harmonies, all that kind of stuff.
We love harmonies.
Yep, it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
And so there's two tracks that I'm very proud of, and there's more to come.
And you're doing most of the writing, or is Conrad involved?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a few songs that I have together before Conrad joined the band,
Okay.
and so he will add his parts. If I've got something, a certain section that I think needs a guitar-y type bit or something that goes takes a left turn, then I'll present it to him or to Bethany. She's really good with arranging. She's
Right.
like incredible. She arranged The Mirror Lies, the one we heard, and also she's like, will edit kind of everything. No, it shouldn't be like this. When we get all a bit too carried away, like guitar players and singers do, I get carried away with harmonies. Guitar players get away with, go too far.
Melody lines.
Widdly-widdlies too much. Be a bit more tasteful, and think Conrad's, he reminds me very much of Steve Vai.
Yeah.
He's a very different kind of player, and I'm very glad to have him in the band. It's nice to have young blood.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a player, too.
Yes, he's very good.
Yeah.
He's very slightly good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Yep.
Well, all right, man. I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you.
For
Thanks for
good
coming
seeing
on
you
again.
again.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the old days with Glenn Hughes the last time.
Yeah.
And right in the middle of 9,000 people trying to take your picture.
Really, that many?
It was like, oh, shit, that's Grandpa. Anything you want to say?
Wow, I hope people like the new music. I mean, it's very hard out there right now, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
And this kind of music isn't exactly trendy, and we're not exactly 16 years old, and we can sell on our looks.
We're not?
Well, I might be.
You might be. Inside you are.
Inside very much.
Yeah, of course, me too.
And I think I have the energy of a 16-year-old, very much. That's how I feel inside, but the outer shell isn't wearing well, to quote a line from a song I've written.
Right. Right.
So it's something that's, it excites me when I see people come along to the shows that are 16 years old and they bring their parents. It's like incredible.
Well, the parents got the albums they want you to sing.
Yeah, and the kids listen to it and they bring their kids along.
Right.
And their grandkids.
My kids grew up listening to your stuff.
Oh, they did?
Of course they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's
'Cause
great.
I listened to it.
That's the good thing, because we still have a freaking audience.
Right.
Because we came out with what I call real rock and roll.
Real music.
Yeah. Blood and guts, baby.
Yeah, not samples. And
Right,
freaking,
exactly. Nothing,
stealing licks from other people's things.
Yeah, I know. This is the real thing.
Yeah. With real players and real singers.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Cool, man. You heard it here at BackStage360. This is Rockman Rocks. We're signing off.